explosives, or you can be a medic and level up their abilities. Differences in classes are minimal and primarily dictate the weapons you start with, but they also assign an unchangeable special item that helps set your role within your group, which is especially important on higher difficulties. Testing out different special items and upgrading them is alluring at first, but the appeal is slowly lost when it becomes a grind to unlock something like an increase to the blast radius of C4. A lack of cloud saves on PC makes it harder to commit to the long grind. But because all 11 missions can be completed in a swift 5 hours, the expectation of playing with improved weapons and increasing the difficulty sadly doesn't hold for too long. There are only so many times you can wait for the boat to reel in.
They're just showing reviews?
Survivors before it gets overly repetitive. Had the enormous hordes
Weird.
of zombies in World War II felt a little less calculated and more unpredictable, like the undead in Left 4 Dead,
Zombies and ads. We don't have to look at the ad.
A very ordinary competitive
There we go.
multiplayer mode
Screw your ad.
inside the main
Fuck
campaign.
your ad.
One cool
We don't need to
twist
listen
is
to
occasionally
a
run
review. Let's listen to JRPG music. Oh yeah! Give it to me, Chrono. Well, hello. Orky. What am I drinking? This is a, it's like a matcha chino. It's like matcha and cocoa powder and a bunch of sort of healthy stuff. I put it in sugar-free almond milk. And it's a really good thing because it can fill me up. I put stevia in it for the sweetener. It's good. I try to have one of these at night and just fill myself up so I don't binge on food. Welcome, Jace! This show, I can't remember off the top of my head anything specific, but I mean, we're definitely going to see Bloodborne on the PS5, exclusive to IGN, published by IGN. Elden Ring 2, the director's cut, for sure, we're going to see that. Breath of the Wild, the anthology, all of them. Solace. That's what I think we'll be seeing. New Smash Brothers. Nintendo's going to give all their stuff to IGN. It's weird, they don't have the word Expo on here like they did before. Oh yeah, there it is, IGN Expo. Expo, like E3, Electronic Gaming Expo. I think with Sony pulling out of E3 and no one being able to go to E3 now, I think they're trying to fill a hole, and I think they're going to make a run for it. IGN, not for everybody, but for a lot of people, is the place you go to get your gaming news. A pretty girl will read the news to you. They have reviews on everything, games, movies, TV, and I think that they want to expand and take over as like the summer one. Because I think they see what Jeff Keighley's doing and they're going, oh, not so fast, Jeff. We're going to give you a run for it as well. They have a little bit for everyone. Yeah. They do. I mean, they're reliable. They're always there. They don't like... They never come up with anything great on their own in terms of like news and stuff, but they're a good aggregate of all the news, and then they review everything. So if you want to see what game got an 8 out of 10, you go to IGN. In the summer, whenever we make like a dripped coffee and any there's leftover, I just add it to a pot of coffee in the or a pitcher of coffee in the fridge, and then you got this nice cold coffee ready to go. But then I drink too much coffee and I have a nervous breakdown, and then I stop drinking coffee. IGN, Summer of Gaming. I think it'll be something interesting. Summer of Gaming, the Summer of Gaming Showcase. They have so many different logos. They've been trying really hard. They got this one logo. Here, I'll show it to you. It's funny. It's funny because it's just a bunch of generic gaming figures and then Sonic. Or are these... Do you recognize any of these people? Okay, you got Sonic. I think that's a Big Daddy. Is that girl from anything, or just sort of like gamer girl and then guy in cloak? Edgelord. Yeah. I'm an edgelord. Coffee's a treat for you. You brew it over ice? Oh! Do you... See, I brew it and then I put it with like a bit of whatever white substance I'm going to put in there first to bring down the temperature, and then I add the ice because I don't want it to melt the ice. Or you can make coffee ice cubes. For people who are obsessed with iced coffee. We don't want the milk to... and jizz. We don't want the ice cubes to water it down. Yeah, this is just old reviews. This is... What a strange thing to put on. IGN, you're so funny. You make me laugh. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Forgotten City, bitch.
IGN's biggest video game event of the year is now all summer long. From our IGN Expo loaded with exclusive gameplay and reveals to exciting first looks at the hottest new games and in-depth developer interviews.
It's going to be awesome across the board.
IGN Summer of Gaming has it all.
You guys ready for Fallout 77? Nice, Smack Mac.
This year, we've condensed a metric ton of fresh trailers and never-before-seen gameplay into one sleek package. It's IGN Expo, and you're about to attend. Don't worry, there's no ticket price, barring whatever you're already paying for your internet connection. This is our special corner of the summer, and our chance to show off all the unique games that make up the greater gaming cosmos. So buckle in, because here come more games than you can shake a joystick at. IGN Expo starts now.
Here we go. What do you got, IGN? Exclusives. Borrowing a lot of terminology from Keighley Summerfest. Like the no ticket price thing. Exclusive. Give him a hug. Oh, when men get periods and their cycle comes up, they get violent. So, we saw a CGI trailer of people fighting in the dark.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our very own IGN Expo. Now, this right here is the chillest place to be during this hot, hot summer of gaming. You see the way we're dressed? We're clearly here to have a good time. I'm Akeem Lawanchin, joined by my festive buddy, Brian Altano. And for the next hour, we're going to be bringing you exclusive first looks at upcoming video games that'll likely leave blisters on your thumbs from the sheer thought of playing them, Brian.
It's physically impossible to get blisters on your thumbs from thinking about something, but, you know, I believe in you. Your heart's in the right place. By all means, continue.
Brian,
I feel like Brian does not like this guy.
Don't tell me what's physically impossible, baby. Tell me about the games. You know, we're smack dab in the middle of summer gaming, IGN's all summer long game abrasion celebration. Now, yesterday, y'all saw Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest kickoff live. Tomorrow is the start of our E3 2021 coverage. And this right now, this thing that you're experiencing right now is our very own IGN Expo.
Oh yeah, Jason, you nailed it.
Heat storm, and you know,
hasn't kicked in for you yet. Okay, man.
Y'all want to know.
I didn't get an Echo machine. Did they mail you one of those? Anyway, I'll tell you a little bit about the games. But first, just a teaser. You just got to look at the brand new Mortal Shell, the Virtuous Cycle DLC. And coming up, we've got numerous trailer reveals of upcoming titles, DLC, announcements, developer walkthroughs, and so much more. I'm actually not sure if we're allowed to spoil the surprise for you all. So let's just jump right into it and show you some exclusive game footage from Creed.
Games!
Two boxing giants are about to step into the ring tonight.
I'll go easy on you at first. I got this.
Let's do this.
That's a knockdown.
There is no tomorrow. Dead meat. I defeat all men.
ready to feel the beat?
Didn't take a single hit.
I did it! I did it!
I'm a killer, then I'm perfected. I'm a killer, then I'm perfected.
Big Rum McCree Championships. Weird. Sort of like a arcade boxing game for maybe people that have a bit of nostalgia for it, or like casual fans of gaming that are big fans of the Rocky franchise. I think you would have been better off doing like kind of a recreation of the movie, because that movie was so big, it got a sequel, and try to lean into the cinematic part of it.
Entered the right temple. That's strange. The goodbye letter was written while the victim's glasses were left untouched upon the nightstand. Who would want their final words to appear crooked? Traces of a long dress. Is a crime disguised as suicide. The maid? No. I have it. They belong to the priest who wanted to retain ownership of the land for his presbytery. The first case on this island is closed.
That's incredible, Sherlock. You always impress me. Well, did you really think that you could come to this island without getting a little dirty? That investigation was easy, but this personal mission that brought you here, you know it's nothing but pain and madness. I know it's not so far from what's already in your mind. But once the truth is revealed, will it help? Watch your step, Sherlock. This quest might soil more than your shoes. You're not ready for this investigation.
Should have been Martha Holmes. That's the proper name for fantasy character's mother. We know that. Chapter 1. They make a lot of Sherlock games, those frog people. This looks good. Another indie game with a moving city. That looked pretty good. Survival games, so popular. Survival, multiplayer, co-op. Oh baby, Uncontrollably Horrific by Polygon. This looks good. This game was interesting, but it was like pretty predictable. More things to fap to. Yeah. Free PC games with a story and a twist that thinks it's smarter than it is will bring out the worst PC crowd. The most uncomfortable PC crowd, that's for sure. Pre-order now. Buy it on PS5. Or those who are easily disturbed. Come on.
I
gotta tell y'all, what a block of awesome that was. I'm so excited for Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, especially as a man living in the middle of a pandemic. You know, I wouldn't mind having Monica in my reality these days, and I know I'm not alone. Actually, I am alone, which is why I want a video game character to come keep me company. But I am excited for that one. What about you, Brian?
Yeah, sure, definitely. Well, that Sherlock Holmes game looks pretty cool, and also as a man and living in the post-pandemic, I'd sure love to have a platonic business relationship with Watson to solve crimes and such, and hold hands.
This guy's
but let's
pretty funny.
keep this train going by tossing it to the developers over at Gearbox for a breakdown of the Wonderlands trailer. This new game is set in the Borderlands universe and inspired by Tiny Tina's tabletop adventures. Let's take a look at Wonderlands.
I haven't seen his Twitter profile in a while, but I remember the first time I saw it, it said something like, he listed all these things before IGN, like comedy writer, actor, improviser,
Hey everybody,
IGN.
my name is Matt Cox and I'm the creative director of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and I'm thrilled to be able to go through this trailer with you today. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is an entirely new adventure set in an unpredictable fantasy world that's full of whimsy and wonder and high-powered weapons. Packed with fresh gameplay ideas, irreverent humor, a crazy story-driven adventure, and repeatable endgame content that you can enjoy with friends in co-op up to 4 players.
You cannot hide from fate.
So on your quest to defeat our main villain, the Dragon Lord, you're going to fight a variety of monsters, from shambling skeletons to, like this, sharks with legs. So designing for this chaotic brand of fantasy lets us run wild with our imagination. So you can expect some slightly warped takes on high fantasy.
I think because we're so used to seeing sort of cheap-looking, like cel-shaded.
Figure that you hear in this trailer.
The lips
Now,
always
he's
give it
not
away.
The protagonist. Players can actually create and customize their own multi-class heroes in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Players won't literally customize their weapons, but you will collect a wide variety of loot and a wide variety of rarities. So you have guns, spells, melee weapons, and of course you'll have your skills that you can use, and then you'll be able to find loot like armor and amulets and more. Spells are a big part of our combat loop, and while it's true we do not have grenades in this game, we actually like to think of our spells more as mini skills because of their power and their variety of behaviors. Our cast is incredible. We have the headstrong Captain Valentine, the rule-obsessed robot Fret, and of course our tyrant villain Dragon Lord, and Tiny Tina, and they're all brought to life by these great actors. And of course, enter a magical diamond binacorn leaping in to save the day here. This speaks to the wild and irreverent humor in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Now, all of this takes place in a game within a game as players experience a round of bunkers and badasses, a chaotic fantasy tabletop adventure where anything can happen. The very unpredictable Tiny Tina makes the rules, she changes the world on the fly, and guides players on their epic fantasy journey. Now, a lot of the tone and humor in this story springs from this chaos. This takes place in Dragon Keep, but if you don't know what that means, that's okay. Dragon Keep, but if you don't know what that means, that's okay, because this is a brand new adventure in a brand new world in the mind of Tiny Tina, playing bunkers and badasses. We absolutely love Tina and the crazy world that we're creating, and it's been an absolute joy working on this game. So we're very excited for everyone to share in this experience when it launches next year.
All right, let's add the term variety to our bingo card.
I think it should go without saying that Wonderlands looks wonderful. There, I said it, and I don't care who hears me say something so brave yet so controversial. Anyway, we've got more gaming goodness coming up on the IGN Expo when Summer of Gaming 2021 returns, so don't go anywhere. Don't. That's a threat. It's not a threat. I mean, it's just mildly nicely asking you don't go anywhere. But don't go anywhere. I have scissors, and I'll make a beautiful, beautiful card for you that says don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
IGN Summer of Gaming 2021 is
Might have been a
presented
mistake.
by the Amazon original movie, The Tomorrow War. Exclusive.
Yeah. Ads. Fuck you. And batters. Okay, so yeah, Doki Doki Plus. These hosts. One of them being sort of an overjoyed hype machine, and the other one being, I think, doesn't like him. and is trying a lot of jokes. Sherlock. Yeah, the Sherlock game looked good. Episode 1.
Not only is IGN the world's biggest media brand for games and
Okay, now they're advertising themselves. I don't need to expose you to that, my pretty babies.
games to reviews, let's plays, and live streams, IGN brings you all the coverage you need, no matter where you are. Whether you're on IGN.com, the IGN...
Unless you're in China, and they don't allow the internet site past their firewall. Yeah. Oh yeah, Horky watched Geek Tweak. Did anybody check that out?
Those games as they watch their hard work get completely destroyed right in front of them.
What is happening right now?
That's exactly what happens on every episode of Devs React to Speedruns. We invite you to ride along with the developers as they watch, react, and enjoy some of the craziest gameplay by the most skilled speedrunners on the planet. Tune in every Saturday for a brand new episode.
Yeah, I would be interested in that. I would just love like a developer commentary on a game. Not necessarily being a speed rack, but just them talking about anything. Because they're obviously going to have a million things to say about, holy shit, this is a lot of advertising. They're obviously going to have a lot to say about it. Things they wish were in there, things that they thought worked really well, things that didn't. I wish more games had a commentary track.
News about Marvel, DC, Star Wars, you need a show with accurate reporting,
Holy
hard-hitting
shit.
commentary, and
Me, Akeem Lawanson, host of IGN's news show.
There's a lot of this fucking garbage, man. It's like 3 or 4 ads we've seen in a row. This is not off to a good start. Good old Valve.
Welcome back to IGN Summer of Gaming Expo.
Oh, we know we're back
Stuck
because
around
this
and I
guy's
didn't
screaming
have
into
to
his
use
microphone.
these scissors. Time to get rid of them.
Give me that, man. You don't need those. Give them to me. What are you doing with these?
Anyway, let's check out some more trailers. Any guess on what we might see now, Akeem?
Well, you know what, Brad? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say exclusive gameplay trailers with a dash, just a dash of DLC. I want to see some DLC.
Wild guess. Well, let's DLC what we got.
Ooh.
It hurt. It hurt me. It hurt me to say it. Okay.
It should.
Physically hurt to say that joke. Physically.
Why say it?
I need the scissors back.
Ah, that was a good one. He's going to do self-harm to get over that. Did you not turn the sound up? Oh, there we go. It's very quiet. I would love a really, really good martial arts game that focused on like melee combos, counters. I like Sekiro, but you know, hand-to-hand stuff. And I would like it in a Yakuza game. I always felt like the Yakuza games totally missed out on actual cool martial arts, and it was always like flaming dragon rising super punching kick. Like a fighting game. Yeah, but could they fight in the street maybe? But even like a Street Fighter's never feels like they're kind of, you know, in a martial arts where it's sort of like hand goes past the head and like bam, 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 you know what I'm talking about? Like, oh, barely missed and that kind of stuff. I want that. Yeah, like Shenmue. Jace's martial arts. I do like that in Yakuza though. Grab anything and smash them with it. Never played a Guilty Gear, but I would be interested in it. I grew up playing a lot of fighting games. And Guilty Gear always has such beautiful animation. What the hell is this? This is a making of Lego? Or is this, you can make your own Lego at home with a 3D printer? What is happening? I mean, this looks like it could be interesting footage, but I don't feel like there's a lot of context. Or is this how they, and then they photograph this and they put it into the game? Man, I was playing a bit of that Fantasian game, the Sakaguchi Uematsu Final Fantasy-esque RPG, The World of Wild West Dynasty. What the fuck was that?
I know what you're thinking. Who is that gorgeous?
That was like a part of a making of, I think.
Well, I'll tell you, kiddo. You gotta come to Radlandia, the place of opportunity, where even the ice cream's dreams of hitting the big time. You see these guys? They've got that go-getting attitude, making it happen in the streets. And, oh, the streets, kid! Forget paved with gold. Here, there's nothing but miles of the smoothest concrete.
Or when you watch a
ramps
movie
and
that's in
grinds
Swedish
everywhere.
and it sounds
Makes
so
you
close
wanna
to English, you
grab
think you're
your
just not hearing it right?
Hold on, you can skate, right? Whatever, you pick it up! Or not. Look, it's fine. Your skills, my connections, ain't nothing we can't achieve. There's a whole world out there to discover.
Like the ice cream people and the ice cream
Time
head
to
and
shine, my humanoid friend. Let's roll!
This looks awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it being like two-dimensional, there's only so much you can do.
Ollie Ollie World. Take a trip.
Oh, Ollie Ollie World, okay. But if it's a game you could just like throw on every once in a while.
Yeah, baby hopper. Big deals on tiny
I'd give that a shot. I mean, it looks beautiful. Ollie Ollie's known for having pretty tight controls. Welcome, Prince.
Brothers and sisters, you're hearing my voice because we have reached a crossroads in this war. We know now that no miracle is coming. That simply surviving is a slow death. That we will not win by holding our ground.
Our ranks have grown. Our skills have sharpened. And our weapons are loaded. We have initiated a new strategy in Kamchatka.
Our forces are prepared to take back Rome.
Well, wasn't that an American building that they showed? Like the Capitol building?
We will not hide. There will be no retreat. Today we claw back from the brink. Today we make a stand.
Holy shit.
Welcome back to IGN Expo! Yes, now you all just got a sneak peek of Sifu and World War Z Aftermath, among others. Now, I can ramble all day about how great those reveals were, but you know, why ramble when we got Bramble? Now, this upcoming game from Dimfrost Studio promises to take you deep within the dark and mysterious world of folklore. Let's take a look at Bramble the Mountain King.
Yeah. Murder your parents, and I'll shrink you down to be a magical fairy boy. Oh yeah! Fuck yeah. Now, can you guys add zombies? We'll put a demon woman in the water that kind of looks like a zombie. Looks good. Yeah, I was wondering the two, is it sort of like little-known Danish mythology?
I gotta say, Brian, Bramble, that was something. I'm all in on this one. You can definitely, from now on, call me a brambling man.
Yeah.
Call me a bramble.
Okay. I mean, yeah, the game looks really awesome. I just feel like you're really excited about the repeated stabbing thing. That seems like you're honing in on that specifically. You seem very into that, which is odd.
It's got everything that you want in a solid video game. I thought it was really awesome. I'm really excited for it, Brian. Just tell what do we have next? Because I'm super excited, man. If Bramble was this damn good, we got to have something else coming up next that's just as equally, if not better.
Well, you know, whatever's up next, I think maybe we should pivot and have something with like considerably less chest stabbing. Maybe something like a little bit more chill, you know, something kind of relaxing.
So you mean like, how about this? How about like skating with birds? Like skateboarding birds?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's very, very specific, but that would be super chill. Yeah, let's do it. Skating birds. Great.
Well, then you know what, Brian? I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to love this next game. Here comes Skateboarding Birds in Skatebird. Let's check it out.
I think I've seen this one. It looks pretty good.
Skatebird!
We might even have played a demo of this one. Yeah, Jace, their chemistry is awful. I feel bad for both of them. Yeah, this game looks bloody awesome. Like, what a cool idea. Skating, the flapping is sort of like adding a bit of floating to it, and some style, and just something slightly different. And actually, like a big bulbous bird body rotating around. There's something more satisfying about that than seeing a human, a little stick human doing it. Yeah, that too. Them being miniature and living in a larger world. Yeah, I think they could both do it. It just seems like IGN put them together and they both wanted to do it a different way. And they're sort of wavering in their sort of like how they want to go about this.
Wow, what a day. Well, that's all the time we have here on IGN Expo. I want to thank my hairstylist. I want to thank
Brian, hold on. Wait, are you insane, man? We're only halfway through. What are you doing?
Oh, wow. Well, this event is stacked with even more exclusive reveals and brand new trailers than I could have reasonably anticipated.
Clearly, and very well said, my friend. And we'll be right back with even more right after this break. So stick around and keep being part of our summer of gaming.
That's right. And I want to thank my agent. I want to thank my friends. I want to thank my uncle who taught me that wrestling isn't real. That made me mad when I was a kid, but I'm okay with it now. It only took about 60 years to get cool with that. But I want to thank the guy who cleaned the local pool when I was
IGN Summer of Gaming is powered by Duracell Optimum. All summer long.
Holy smokies. Oh my god, my Xbox controller uses batteries. The hell? That is mind-blowing to me. 2021. Big AA batteries. Yeah, there were a couple wrestlers in the WWE like that. Dolph Ziggler was one. He always wanted to be a stand-up comedian, would do stand-up comedy shows. His social media presence was always like, comedian first, and I also am a wrestler to pay the bills. It's like, well, now you're just not really good at any of them. This is the same fucking ad we've just seen. They're advertising IGN on IGN. Like, just put your logo up, do a good show, and people will be into it. But you're just building like really annoying brand recognition. I haven't really been like a regular purveyor of IGN for a long time. More shows, more new shows. You will not have to listen to this. Not on my watch. Oh yeah, Microsoft invested heavily in AA batteries. And they're not going to let that stock drop. Oh boy. Maybe this is great if you're 9 years old. That might be their target audience. And then show a game of a child murdering somebody. I think Brian's got potential. Like every once in a while, every kind of fifth or sixth joke he says, I like, but it's a thing of tone. Like when you watch.
Ugh. Are more into games while others are more interested in movies and TV. So we got to thinking about it and decided, why not both? Our main channel will still bring you.
Okay, they're going to split their games up. They're going to split their YouTube channel up. Would I like this if I was 9? Maybe. I was 9. It was 1993. What was I into? Saturday morning wrestling, Saturday morning cartoons, playing Sega Genesis. Yeah, I probably would have been all right with it.
Franco's Pizzeria in Paramus, New Jersey. Really good, really
All
garlic
right.
knots, really is what
yes,
a lot
that's
of.
right. That's right, Brian. Well, you know what? Welcome back. This is still the summer of gaming, and you found yourselves knee-deep in IGN Expo. Yes, we are jam-packed with some of the most unique games you'll see first right here on IGN.
Speaking of which, you know what I miss most during quarantine? Helping and moving friends. I just really love unpacking heavy crap and lifting it up in the air. And if you're a weirdo like me, then you probably get the sheer joy of games like Power Wash Simulator and Teardown. Well, keep an eye out in our next set of trailers for Unpacking, probably the best unpacking simulator made to date.
Sure. Yeah. You know, there's also like a bunch of other trailers in there too, Brian.
I think they're going to be most excited about the Unpacking one, though.
Okay, you know, well, fine. Well, let's unpack all the trailers, not just the Unpacking one, right now.
This does look good. What if it has like an interesting mystery, though? You know, sort of like a Gone Home type thing. They get you with the nostalgia and the calmness of unpacking, satisfying OCD tendencies, decorating. Yes, I think you're right, Rocky. It's going to be a meditation on life and death. Oh, I feel like they could have showed a bit more.
Hi,
unless
and
that's all
welcome
it
to
is.
a very quick sneak peek look at 2 Point Campus. If you're not
Oh, we saw this one on yesterday's show.
Think fun simulation management with a very particular 2-point twist.
In Campus, you'll get to design and run your very own university.
But rather than boring courses, we're giving you the opportunity to teach your students very unusual classes, like night school.
In this one, you'll be teaching your students heraldry, chivalry, jousting, and how to walk around in that really heavy armor.
Here we're building the training area for our prospective knights. We watched a ton of live streams of 2 Point Hospital, saw what people were vibing with, and we've added a ton of new creative tools for campus that will let you build outside, create new buildings, landscape, and place trees and pathways.
Here you can see some of our night school students warming up with some practice dummies. If they can nail their classes, they'll get themselves straight A's. But if they don't have everything they need, great teachers, great equipment, and of course a great social life, they may fail.
It's just a super quick peek, But that's just a taste of what's to come in 2 Point Campus, which is out in 2022. If you sign up on our website at 2pointcampus.com, you can get yourself a free in-game item when the game launches. Lovely.
What the fuck was that?
Salve, friend.
Do these people like deliver arcades to your home, or you rent them? Or was it an emulator? Or you rent them for parties and stuff?
Tell me who you are. I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life.
Somebody in this city is about to break the golden rule.
Some people say it's the creation of an all-seeing God who's watching everything we do.
Are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the golden rule?
How is it that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them? Salve, friend. I'm Galerius.
You can call me Mr. Clean. The Forgotten City. So this is based on a mod? Is it some kind of a mystery or something? I didn't really get a good sense of what you actually do in the game other than run around and shoot golden skeletons with a bow and arrow. Do you time travel? Do you try to solve the mystery that way? Is that why he says you know things before they happen?
A hero rises, torn between two worlds.
Mystery puzzle action. I think it's a tough thing to really put across what you do in a game and give you that sense of it. And there's so many different ways that people show games in trailers, whether they use just like a voiceover, CGI, cutscenes that have nothing to do with the gameplay. You know, something like this where they just show you actual gameplay. Alright. Yeah.
Find your place in a world of endless raging war between the four factions.
It's like they kind of forget how people talk about games, you know, for a review site. Well, they don't write the trailers. But I guess it's the people that market games. They never tend to talk about it in ways that gamers would understand. Combat is an option, but violence only get you so far. See, that's a good tagline. Questioning an intertwined community of colorful characters, carefully exploiting a time loop, making difficult moral choices, you'll solve an epic mystery. Decisions matter. The fate of the city's in your hands. That's some great copy. Like, make that the trailer.
Seize your destiny and liberate the land of Nevendar.
Well, Steam gets it. That's why they're on top.
Coming soon to your PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
You just saw the trailers for Unpacking, Disciples Liberation, Unpacking, and before that was The Forgotten City, and also Unpacking.
Yeah, there's a lot of unpacking there. Now, Brian, you might remember our next game made waves when it was first announced 3 years ago, but we haven't heard a ton from the team lately. Now, with that said, the little fox who stars in this Zelda-ish indie title still looks just as cute.
Akeem, I am so excited about this one. Let's check in with Tunic.
Tunic has been a darling of the gaming scene for several years now, and that's been its one and only problem. It's been quite a while since we first saw it, and it's still not out yet. The same demo has been making the rounds for many moons, but one-man developer Andrew Schuldeis's absolutely adorable fox and his Zelda-like adventure.
Oh yeah, this is that like really kind of zen, low energy guy that
we got an exclusive
did the trailer from his house.
All-new E3 2021 demo that's coming to your Xbox on June 15th. Here are 5 reasons why this charming fox needs to be on your radar. Tunic's old demo didn't really make it clear how challenging the combat can get. In the new demo, which includes a slice of the overworld as well as one dungeon, you'll encounter a number of different enemies after you find, in order, a stick, a sword, and then a shield. From simple blobs to laser turrets to a giant bone monster that, try as I might with every power-up I could find in the demo, like ice bombs and sticks of dynamite, I could not bring down. I presume I'll be more powerful later on in the full game to come back and conquer it, but the demo makes it clear that there are going to be places that you probably shouldn't go yet, no matter how tempted you are to get through the doors the toughest creatures are guarding. Speaking of which, who the heck is this fox? What is going on in this world? What does the in-game language mean, and will I ever be able to translate it? And why are there help screens in the world modeled after old school video game instruction manuals and strategy guides? I love the added sense of mystery and intrigue that Tunic brings that it absolutely doesn't need to. The gameplay would be just as fun and the presentation just as compelling without them, but they're there, and they make me want to play more to uncover the answers to those questions. Like any good Zelda-style game, there are secrets hiding all over the place if you look carefully enough. Schuldeis very politely requested that I not spoil any of them for you before you have a chance to play the demo for yourself, so I'll just say this. Put yourself in a Zelda mindset, and you'll probably have some good ideas of where to look. Schuldeis told me that there are 6 secret items hidden in the demo, which means there are certainly plenty more to discover in the full game as well. On this note, the new demo makes it pretty clear that you will not be completing Tunic in just one sitting. The one dungeon here has plenty of layers to it, and while you can save your progress at various shrines, doing so resets all of the monsters, so there will be a constant tug of war between taking risks to progress and playing it safe. I do appreciate how there are environmental shortcuts that open up as you go, meaning that if you die, and believe me, you will die, respawning at the last save point means you won't have to walk as far or fight through everything all over again in order to get where you're going. But this world is clearly a big one, just like any Zelda-style game worth its salt. Finally, allow me to state the obvious. Tunic looks and sounds beautiful. The simplistic, colorful visuals lend Tunic a very playful visual tone, while the serene music adds a very pleasant, calming vibe to the gameplay. The combination of the two is fantastic. Tunic blends retro and modern in both the audio and visual departments in a way that gives it a wholly unique look and feel. I absolutely love it. And with that, I wholeheartedly recommend you play the Xbox demo yourself on June 15th, and after you do, I have little doubt that Tunic will not only ping on your upcoming game radar, but rocket up towards the top of your wish list in the process. While Schuldeis still hasn't given a concrete release date for Tunic, there's more reason than ever to believe that 2021 is finally the year. For more on Tunic, don't miss more gameplay from the old demo, and for everything else in the world of video games, stick with IGN.
IGN Expo is just reaching its peak, so don't go anywhere. Right now, we've got 6, count them, 6 fresh trailers loaded up like a blast cartridges in a laser pistol aimed at the heart of your boredom. Because I know y'all get bored. Yeah.
Wow, they shoot a laser pistol at the heart of boredom. That's an apt metaphor, Keem. It's also really dark and slightly messed up. Anyway, our first trailer involves a show I know everyone loves, Saint Ranger Things. Following the adventures of Saint Ranger, the only Texas Ranger to ever be sainted.
Well, Brian, actually, I'm gonna have to poke a couple of holes in your cloud here, my boy. It actually that's a typo. It says Stranger Things.
Oh no, that's not a typo. I just can't read. Well, anyway, let's see what the Stranger Things or Saint Ranger Things team are doing in the world of Smite. Or Smitty.
If you couldn't read, how would you know that there's a typo or not a typo? How would you even know what a typo is? Okay, it's a lot of stuff we saw at the game show yesterday. Man, don't ever take betting advice from me. I was betting that this show was going to be IGN taking a big run, trying to have a summer expo of their own. So far, this is pretty shitty. Jeff Keighley is... Just appreciate Jeff Keighley. Hardly any cringe moments. Very smooth. Doesn't force any jokes. Just does it. In and out real quick. Lots of trailers. Brings in big guest stars, even if they don't have much to say. And then had a big ass reveal at the end that is totally worth watching. That's what, like, usually the biggest negative out of either like traditional E3s and all those kind of shows is that you have people that either are developers who are not, it's not their skill to public speak, and then yet they keep getting them to speak in front of large crowds, or then you have people trying to like spice it up and have it be a little fun and funny with people who don't like understand comedy or don't understand even just like people who like games and what they're after. And then you get a lot of trailers like this. At least it's just like pure gameplay with a whatever song. How does a PC gaming event work? Just anybody who has a game on PC is welcome to apply, and if they pick them, they put it in? Spitgate! Oh, Splitgate! Free. Kind of looks like a highly stylized Overwatch or Team Fortress. I'll play Spitgate. Streets of Rage 4. Wow, I did not even recognize that, actually. It's funny, they make these games that are nostalgic throwbacks, and then they do them in a visual style that probably wouldn't be appealing to the 40-year-olds who grew up playing those games, who don't want to play a very childish-looking cartoon. Oh yeah, this looks... What is this? What is this? Oh, I think we saw this one yesterday, too. Didn't we see one at the Keighley show yesterday that was kind of like this art style, but it was more outside and kind of traveling through the world, and I was trying to figure out whether it was in the world or not. Core Keeper, sort of like Terraria mining and Minecraft, the resource and building, Stardew Valley farming, and then sort of like RPG dungeon grinding. I wonder if IGN will have one showstopper at the end. They'll need one. You need to end strong with this much filler. There's a lot of stuff that's repeated that we just saw yesterday already. There's some okay stuff that's just nothing too special. I mean, how many times can you see a zombie survival craft-based resource collecting open world end game repetitive events? Inculinati coming this century. That's hilarious. Oh, no Steam page of Core Keeper. It looks like it's pretty well along in development, close to finishing. Whoa. Now here's a brand new idea. Oh, it's a card battler with music? I thought it was going to be a rhythm game, because it's fucking music. Weird. At least it's something new. Yeah, Jace. It'll just be... Yeah, they'll do a failed joke about it. Other than old Keeley, I like how he does the... Oh, we think that's it? Oh, here's one more thing.
Woo, now that was the new game, Battle of the Bands. Now, I can't wait for that one. That's actually being produced in part by The Living Tombstone, and we've got an exclusive music video from those guys you can check out over on IGN's YouTube channel.
You know, if IGN Expo were a battle of the bands, this would be the brief window between when each band plays and you can go buy an overpriced drink and use the bathroom and make a pee-pee.
You know what? Fortunately, you can still watch ads in the bathroom from your phone.
Orky's on the cutting edge.
So take it to the toilet, y'all. Summer of Gaming continues after this quick break.
Don't take your laptop to the toilet, y'all. Don't listen to Akeem. Don't do that. That's weird. What, like, how important is your job? You're going to bring your laptop to the toilet? Come on. Where do you work?
It's eBay. I'm trying to win something on eBay. It's an auction. Come on now. I'm trying to get a new NFT.
What are you trying to win the auction for? Grossest dude? Because you already won.
That was pretty good. See, that guy's got some jokes every once in a while. What are you trying to win the auction for? Grossest dude. Doesn't really make sense, but the bones are there. He has enough, like, raw comedic skill. It's just like the whole tone of it is a fucking disaster. A lot of movies. Okay, we don't need to see this crap. Alright, so this has been a disaster. His vibe is low. His vibe is low? I mean, how big does it need to be? They're sitting in a room talking about this. They're just, all they need to do is tell you what's coming up next. They barely need to do that. They just sort of overwriting it. Yeah. I think it just seems like something that kind of all came together with like too many different ideas and comedic styles and rushed. Like either just have Akeem loudly announce games and no jokes, or maybe Boitano doing some jokes. But like at times sometimes one's a straight man, one's the other, you know. It's terrible. The Tribeca Game Spotlight was good. And then we've had about, let's see, the third or the fourth time we've seen this ad here. He's got a good voice, Akeem. He could be a good presenter if we just sort of keep it straight. If you don't have like the budget or the skill to create a cohesive show between two hosts and they want it to, it's like they want it to be like an award show. But award shows are usually known for having either one host who's pretty good, and every time they've tried to do it with two hosts, it's been a disaster. Yeah, this is like watching TV. Where are the medical ads and the political mudslinging ads? Have you been hurt by your work? Do you have rights to sue? Contact us now. Contact IGN Lawyers. All right, what could, here we go.
Back to IGN Expo, part of IGN's Summer of Gaming.
A whole summer of gaming, and we're dishing up hot trailers and plenty of them. Barbecue, summertime, sand, the beach, kissing under the boardwalk. all the summer stuff you love and crave that I just made up. But coming up next, we've got trailers for a Metroidvania puzzle game, a classic murder mystery, and a game where you finally get to fight Louis the 16th's robot army. I hate them.
That's insane, man. You know, and we got many more on top of all of that. I mean, these developers are really, really freaking creative. Let's check them out.
That weird woman we saw when we played in the woods. She has a crooked nose with a yucky wart. It's just the long grey hair that makes her look old, but she's pretty young actually. She owns a black kitty. She built herself a shelter out of wood and pieces of
Yeah, it's quite
wood.
similar. The animation style.
I think it was standing on a chicken leg. It's made of gingerbread chocolate candy and a lot of icing. Or bones. She cooks in a big black cauldron over the fire. Probably bats. Spiders. Mushrooms. She can always smell a child when it's close. Always. You want to know if all of that was real? Well, even if it wasn't before, it certainly is now. Am I seeing things? Or did she have a hunting bow?
Oh, XS. Okay. That looks really cool, and it's only on modern consoles and PC. Blacktail.
Sorrow resonates through the kingdoms. I can feel it in the air. A fermenting thirst for revenge.
We train, we fight, to push our limits. But what are yours when you have nothing to lose?
And so the sheep becomes the shepherd, culling them to this fool's paradise.
What do you dream of becoming, Soren?
The immortals of Chaos Story will stop at nothing to preserve their immortality. Death makes no exceptions. Imagine what you could do if you were free from them.
You lack the conviction to do what is necessary.
Fate is not so easily broken.
Continue to feed into this cycle of death. Your light doesn't deserve to fade just yet.
You remember our deal, don't you?
That was a good trailer. Was that only on Nintendo Switch? There's a lot going on in this game. Slow-moving, large ship combat, fighting on land, monsters. There was also a quest thing that said build a factory. So is it also a builder type or like an RTS? Yeah, I think you're right, Horky. Indie game with crafting is like 80% chance that's going to be early access. While you're waiting for us to finish the game, you can do some your crafting of your own in the game. More Horky! Oh god, that actually looks really good. What was that called? Skylands?
They were too many, too strong, and made of steel.
Black Skylands.
The fighting was too one-sided. We were slaughtered.
Save yourself! The machines wouldn't even let me flee.
Paris burns and is lost, short of a miracle.
Fuck was that? Brent is into it. He's into that cutscene.
Now, you just saw trailers for Blacktail, Black Skylands, Still Rising, and Unbound Worlds Apart. Now, you can actually play that last one, the demo, right now on your Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
And it's all a part of
More
IGN
to that
Expo
last
here
one.
on IGN Summer of Gaming. Brand new game trailers and reveals exclusively at IGN.
Yes, and in case 4 new game reveals wasn't enough for you, we have plenty more to come. And in the past, actually. That's right, y'all. Y'all need to understand. We're living in the middle of a vast time stream of trailers right now. Can you see them, Brian? Can you see the trailers? They're all around us right now, bro.
I can and came in. That's because I hit my head earlier this morning. So yes, we've got 4 more game trailers to unveil, and we're going to do that without further ado while I make sure my friend Akeem here is okay.
Oh, yes, I see them, Brian. The trailers, they're everywhere.
Yeah, you definitely hit your head too.
Time is like gravity. We are constantly falling forward without noticing it. But then, it all stopped for me. Dear Journal, it's been a while. I think. And I am still unsure why I am talking to you when I am clearly the only one listening. I guess to keep some sanity. Well, you are still stuck. If you are starting to lose it, please don't. That's the only way we can get back. I'm counting on you.
Sounds kind of interesting. Broken Pieces. Artsy. Mysterious. I forgot the name already. What the hell was it called? It was called Broken Pieces. Thank you.
Nanny,
Yes, Julia?
Martha's not here. So can I hear the story of the White Lady again?
But you always find that story scary.
Yes, Nanny. But I'm with you, so I know nothing can hurt me.
Oh, all right, little one. There was once a couple madly in love who would often stroll by a lake. But one day, in a fit of jealousy, the man drowned the young woman.
Oh,
Too
God.
much love brought death.
How can love also be so bad?
This is something you will learn with age, Poppet. The man confessed, so he was hanged in the middle of the very same lake where he had killed his beloved.
The confusing thing with game intros is that
They searched everywhere.
when you're doing a trailer,
But the
you
girl's
don't know
body
what
was
could actually be the
never
game. Like, I see that and I go, oh, this game is going to be, they're all going to be mannequins. That could be interesting. But you go, oh, that was a storybook intro. Okay, so is it a side scroller? Is this a cutscene? Is it a first person game?
Only the life of another young woman.
There's so much going on in a game when you're trying to get the impression across to people and you only have a minute or two to do it. You need to leave an impression. You have to really think about the first thing they see, the first thing they hear. You're trying to find people who want to play your game. You need to put across a theme or a tone, something that feels right. So now I'm like, is this a card building game? Is that a cutscene? Is this a story? What the fuck is going on?
She could show them pity.
Or is the whole thing maybe just sort of mysterious and
Or she may not.
like a blend of genres? As maybe it's like a What Remains of Edith Finch, maybe. Martha is dead. Alright. Maybe that one is just a mix of a lot of things. Oh. Oh. Did I say spaceship on it? Rocket. Ship. I love that really kind of dense, industrial looking design of all the ships and stuff. Crafting, void horrors. The music is kind of shitty. Oh yeah. Space horror. Haunted Space. New consoles and Steam. Interesting.
The catastrophe of 1986 was a great gift for humanity. One of the greatest.
What are you talking about?
I could tell you things that would turn your whole life upside down. But I don't want that.
No, I agree, Jace. There's a big hole in space horror after Dead Space fizzled out.
I can't have you falling apart. Don't you understand? I need you.
What are you saying?
I need you here. You're going to help me save her.
Igor.
Chernobylite opened a door to something that will change the history of mankind forever. Forever!
We can be together, Igor, but you have to learn the truth if you truly want to find me. You cannot succeed alone, but there are others who will help you. This is it, my love. The last stretch. You've been through so much for me. Make sure you're ready, because it will take everything you have. Your wits, your strength, your plan, your companion's loyalty, everything. Good luck, my love.
You know what? What a fantastic show full
Chernobyl
of great
Light.
new games to look forward to. I'm hyped for each and every one of them. Now,
President's
we just
Choice
saw new
Chernobyl.
gameplay footage from Broken Pieces, Martha is Dead,
Off-brand
Haunted
generic
Space, and
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl Life. Now, I'm personally looking
Oh,
forward
Chernobyl
to
Life.
Sifu, since Absolver was a really unique game.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I'm personally looking forward to Bramble because I have some deep-seated issues with my dad that I need to work out.
Yeah, yeah. You know, well, we really went for, I think we went for like all killer, no filler this year with these trailers, which means you barely had to hear from us two. So you're welcome for that. And don't
Just got
forget,
watching the
y'all,
same show?
E3 coverage starts tomorrow.
That's right. And if you're just joining us, sorry you missed the entire show. Your clock is broken or something. Sort it out. But yes, Summer of Gaming continues tomorrow with the Ubisoft Forward Conference. So be sure to join us all as we break down the biggest reveals all E3 long.
Not to mention conferences from Square Enix, Xbox and Bethesda, and
All right, that was fucking shitty. Although there were a few decent-looking indie games. I thought Bramble looked good. All right. Yeah, it's been almost all filler and way too much of you guys, and mostly IGN ads. And a lot of stuff we saw
weird, but
yesterday.
That was also sweet. I love you for that, Akeem. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. You're awesome, and goodbye.
Take care, y'all.
Boy, that was fucking
IGN
awful.
Summer of Gaming 2021
Okay, IGN's
presented
not
by
taking over
Army
anything.
National Guard. Pursue multiple paths while
Jesus Christ. Anyone brain dead enough to continually watch IGN every day is probably likely to get sucked into the army as well. Holy hell. Alright, well, looked good. Gee, get these ads off of my screen. Piss off. Who do you think you are? Okay, well, looked good. Bramble. I wrote down awesome looking story, creepy horror adventure. You can wishlist that. Tunic. June 15th Xbox demo, difficult top-down Zelda. Battle of the Bands game, card battler with bands. If that was a rhythm game, I'd be more into it. Blacktail, a haunted fairy tale, great atmosphere, first-person bow shooter on new generations and consoles. That Switch pixel art side-scroller Souls-like. I didn't get the name, that looked good. Black Skylands, pixel top-down slow ship fighting, land fighting, crafting and building. You build a factory, come into early access. Oh yeah, the coal mine game. That was the one. That looked good. That was the Switch pixel art one, which was on Switch, which was crazy. Some kind of a Switch demo, Unbound or Worlds Apart, and then Broken Pieces, maybe an interesting mystery game. And Haunted Space. Spaceship dogfighting, horror elements, real industrial design. Martha's Dead, a mysterious game of some kind. That was shitty. All right. I'm sorry. That was so bad. Okay. What is up? What do we got next? So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday for the big shows. I'll be around a lot for that. Let's look at the E3 schedule again. Tomorrow, I don't think I can do any. I got to do a virtual live music show for a children's hospital, and I got to go most likely do a music show at night. So I'll take that off, but we'll be focused on the big shows that I can hit. So Saturday, Ubisoft. Let's give you the vision here. Ubisoft tomorrow, 2:45 Eastern. It's a long show. 2 hours, 15 minutes. Devolver, 4:40. Oh, that'll be a good show. Shit. It's only 20 minutes, too. Fuck, Devolver's so smart. And then Gearbox, half an hour. A little bit here for the Xbox One. Tuesday. What's happening on Monday? They don't advertise this stuff? Weird. Okay. No, that was just Polygon telling you what they're gonna do. What a bunch of wankers. Okay, I've got that image that Jace gave me. There we go. Who do these people think they are? Alright, Saturday. Ubisoft, Gearbox, GameBeat. Sunday. Xbox and Bethesda, Square. Warner Brothers, Back for Blood for a half an hour. That's pretty big for them to get that. PC Gaming Show, Future Game Show. Okay, so I'll be around for a lot of Sunday stuff. And then Monday, Verizon and Television, Take-Two, Mythical, Indie. Maybe I'll check out the Indie. Oh, there's not really much going on. I'll probably take off Monday then too. And then for the Nintendo Direct, I'll be around. I think I'm going to go have a nap. I'm playing music later tonight. Thanks everybody for joining. And yeah, Capcom could be good. Capcom's got a lot of great games. I love Capcom. All right. I want to hear this song from Fantasian by Uematsu. Frontier Town N. It's really good. Well, the beginning's very cheesy, but then it gets really good. Wow. Well, I'm glad you guys were here. That was... There was some interesting stuff there, but I don't know. I think that our expectations... Well, my expectations were higher. I thought they were going to make a big push for some reason. But it feels more like they just feel really obligated to do a show, and they don't really care about the putting on a great one. They just think, we're IGN, we are gonna do something because there's all this attention, we might as well get out there and advertise ourselves. But it was totally, I wouldn't say really worth watching other than the friends we made along the way. That was, man, you know, it would have been so much better if it was just way less talking from these annoying fucks. The funny thing is they're trying to advertise their brand, their show, their hosts, and they put on a terrible job of presenting. Although I can see where the problems were, and I think I left feeling the same. That Akeem guy probably would have been a fine host on his own. Brian Boitano. Is that his name? Brian Boitano? Isn't that... What would Brian Boitano do? What would Brian Fantano do? Whoever that fucking guy is. He was kind of funny, but what a train wreck of production, of writing. That was gross. Yeah. It's a lot of attention they're trying to get out there. There's a lot of trailers. There's a lot of games that have zombies and crafting and survival. But, you know, like we watch E3, I guess, to see all the little stuff in the cracks. But E3 is always about the Shenmue trailer. You know, when you think it didn't exist, it comes back. Final Fantasy VII Remake, you know. The Last of Us. I am a PlayStation fanboy. What are the big new games? What's the direction? What is Steam Pal going to be? What crazy thing is Square Enix cooking up? What's Microsoft? What is Xbox and Bethesda's partnership, ownership, going to entail? That's the interesting thing. That's what we want to see, and IGN just couldn't deliver. Jeff Keighley had something interesting with the Elden Ring trailer, and he just respects your time, and a little bit of music, and just no cringe. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to make it a comedy show when you're not naturally funny or funny writers, you know? Okay, I'm gonna go sleep this off. Thanks, everybody. I will see you on Sunday. Yeah, I had some laughs in the chat. If only we all took LSD. Bye.